Well, welcome back to the really smoky compound. Look at all that smoke and haze that's our buddy to the north, Trudeau, is like sending our way. Just inflation. Mr. Just Inflation. It's not cloudy out today. Not a cloud in the sky, it's just very dim sunshine. So, it's like working with an umbrella over your head today. No blazing sun. So even though it was kind of warm out, it still is kind of warm out, but well, since I'm back here on YouTube, I figured I'd do a welcome back to the compound episode. I think I'm going to take this stuff out. I didn't really find a whole lot last night. There are so many scrappers out there with declining scrap prices. My area in particular is getting a lot of immigrants are being like bussed in from Texas, and they're work and job hungry. And I've been noticing some new faces on the streets. So I would imagine that has something to do with it. So, you gotta welcome the new competition, I guess, right? Especially in this business, it's bottom dollar business. I'm just amazed at like how rusted out this wagon is. Like even the bumper, right where it mounts to the frame, completely gone. I managed to move the tire machine a little bit closer to the shop. That was a workout. I'm plumb tuckered from that. Oh, I gotta show this neat little thing that I found. Oh, you can smell the smoke in the air. It's like, it's so thick. And I really haven't gotten any further on this yet. Yeah, if you look down that way, down yonder, look how thick that smoke is. It says air quality index of 260. You. What the heck was that? Just seeing some kind of animal. I don't know if it was a cat or like a little beaver guy or something. I know there's a fox like hiding out around here somewhere. See the trail in the grass right there? And I see fox droppings under that old truck. Oh, there's some rainwater in there. That ain't good to have. Keeping that around. This thing right here, look at this bike. It's a tricycle. I never noticed that. When I was loading it up, I didn't notice it has another gear right there. So what's this sprocket for? This has got to be like the drive sprocket. Maybe this is for when you're pedaling it. I don't know. I'll have to fiddle faddle with it. It looks homemade entirely. Because like the steel, the way the steel's kind of chopped up right there, and the engine mounting plate, and the bicycle frames look like they were joined together from like two different bicycles. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. I'm like, it had a clutch on there. Where the heck did the clutch go? Guess it fell off. I don't know if it's any good. There. It's missing the key pin. Interesting. It looks like it's missing something that's supposed to be here. I can't imagine what that could be. .5 horsepower. I have this eternal question. Why are motors, gas and mostly electric motors, just the drive sprocket is always on the opposite side of where the drive sprocket for a bicycle would be? The drive sprocket for a bicycle is on the right side, and anything like piston driven, it's on the left side. What gives? Well, that looks like it was kind of hacked together right there. Yeah, there's a lot of play in that. And something can only take so much play before the metal gets worn out and snaps off. Like, why wouldn't something like this be welded straight to the axle? Yeah, I could see with it being wobbly like that, there'd be issues with the chain. I remember a long time ago, me and my brother bought a bicycle that was converted. It had a gas motor in the center of the frame right there, and it had like this rim type of thing attached to the regular bicycle rim, and it had a fan belt. It was belt driven, which was pretty good, but it didn't have a chain guard, and I remember my pants got ripped it got caught in the belt, and the seat kind of like bent backwards. So I was holding onto the throttle and still like giving it full power, and I was sitting behind the bike on the ground on the broken seat. Yeah, so this is an issue right here. This would be cool to copy this setup and crank out a few of these. That's if I knew how to weld and I had the time to do that. And I don't know either. I don't know how to weld. Okay. I've tried it before, and you know, I just lay like lots of like spackle, like stuff like that, and crusty boogers, which, you know, they're stuck to the steel, but if you go and knock them with a hammer, they just come right off. So obviously I don't know how to weld. Like this, I could tell from like looking at welds on YouTube that that's an okay weld. That's pretty good actually, you know, because it's built up like that, I guess. Chalk that one on. Another one of the things that I'm not capable of doing. I've tried and I failed. Not that I'm not willing to try again. I kind of have an idea what I'm in for. Oh, more garbage all over. That's kind of bogus. That I always have garbage all over. I got my kid a selection of like doorknobs and stuff like that, and hinges for his old factory job, which he had for like about 4 years, and he just quit. And he got a better paying job, but him and his co-workers built like a little cubbyhole cove, like a little hideout at his old work, you know, so, you know, when things get slow, a place to disappear to where the boss man don't know where you're at. And if the boss man don't see you at that place, they don't really ask. But the new place he's working at, it's not a factory, it's a warehouse. And I told him straight up, I go, warehouses don't make money, okay? Manufacturing places make money because they make things of value and they put them out there. But a warehouse doesn't make anything. The only thing a warehouse does is it's a holding place for stuff or to distribute it, etc. And pushing product is how they make money. So production. So the first like week or two of that job, he came home like I'm like, wow, he even lost like 10 pounds because not used to the rigors of a 12-hour day going. I told him though, there's a big difference between, just because the building is shaped like a box or a rectangle, you know, with very little windows, etc. There's a big difference between a warehouse and a factory. Huge. don't know what the heck I'm doing with this stuff. Just throwing it on the ground, I suppose. What do we got there? Garbage? More garbage. More garbage. More garbage. Boy, Kate, you sure spend a lot of money on fast food. Yep. Yeah. You got that right. Well, how much money you could have if you didn't do that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Put this somewhere. Oh, there's the thing. The thing, you know, the thing. I've been looking for the thing. Because I kind of wanted to give this one to my daughter. My daughter and her man. Kind of wanted to give them this one right here, but maybe that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I don't know. I had the right one in here. I took it out for whatever reason. I think they prefer this model over the... I gave them a Weber grill. I gotta get new shoes. I stepped on a broken piece of glass, and you can see a little bit of red juice right there. We have to call it red juice because, you know, if you call it something else, what it really is. Oh, you run into problems with YouTube. So we'll call it red juice. The bottom of the shoe is like worn so thin. Oh, wow. A rogue random piece of copper just laying about. Laying oot in a boot. Oh, I was looking for you. I was looking for that bar. I don't need it now. I mean, I will again in the future, but I was looking for it today. I had to improvise something else. That's an improvisation also, but it's a good... Oh, sorry about that, everybody that's wearing headphones. It is a scrapping channel, so there'll be random noise every now and then, you know? Not just yapping. Wow. Wherever that motorcycle's at, that's loud. You can hear it. Wow. I'm being still because I can still hear it. Huh. Can you hear it? That's insane. Like, how fast is that thing going? Sometimes these things are brass. Sometimes, I don't know, it's kind of rusty right there. Sometimes they're not. I didn't really find a whole lot. Why are you just taking it off the truck, King? Because I don't want to go to the scrapyard with like this little bit. And actually end up losing money. Well, the next day is a better day, maybe. That's not how it worked, man. I always have the feeling I'm going to end up tripping and falling when I'm moving about, oot and about. Why do people wear headphones when they're watching these videos anyway? Or is like what's going on distracting or annoying to others that are nearby? Or maybe everybody's wearing headphones. Everybody in the same room wearing headphones. We're all together, but we're all wearing headphones. This is one thing I like about the compound. It's like when I used to work in the driveway or in front of the house, the old lady across the street would go, "I'm trying to sleep." Or the simple fact that being a scrapper, I keep a lot of weird hours, so prone to making noise at inappropriate hours. More of it. Don't you have an aluminum pile? Yeah, I do actually. It's over there. Alright, well, I'm pretty empty. I'm not going to empty it all the way out. I'm not going to bother. Look at these. Even like, let me clear my throat because it's so smoky out. This is obviously like from way back when, like, I don't know, maybe like the early 70s or late 60s. Like a cheap, generic, no-name Shopmate. But my point is, it's like, what, 50, 60 years old? And the darn thing still works. Black & Decker. That's back when Black & Decker actually was worth something. Now anything Black & Decker is it's going to self-destruct. That old thing still works. Old jigsaw. Well, Leroy was shot up like a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, really? Who's this Leroy? Bad Leroy Brown. We need pictures. I want to see who he looks like. What's Leroy Brown look like? I need pictures. Bad Leroy Brown. He's got a razor in his shoe. Why? He's bad. Ooh. Now, why would they cut this off? This is the sprocket from that gas-powered tricycle. There's one pedal here, and obviously this part right here goes into the center part, and it's very clear and evident that somebody sawed this off of. Like, why would you do that? Unless like a parent or something like that got pissed and like made sure that the thing would never go again. Because I remember my parents hated gas-powered anything. Mini bikes, scooters. I'm like, wow, why? They're fun. You know, growing up in the city, there ain't nothing to do. Especially when you're poor. Growing up in Chicago, there's nothing to do but get in trouble. Me and my brother have arguments about that. There's nothing to do in the burbs. I'm like, there's nothing to do in the city. The city is a very violent place. There's just garbage in there. Yeah, the smoke is like something else. Fun in the sun. You. All right, everybody. I think you've been exposed to enough of me for the day. Just in case anybody like forgot what it was like to be. Oh, you see that Beamer and Son Garage guy? That channel? He got hit by I don't know, some lady. I don't know if she was drunk or what, but his pickup truck rolled several times and the guy really did get hurt pretty bad. I'm like, man, you know, I'm commenting on this guy's channel. I'm like, man, you gotta sue them people. I guess because he tried going after the lady himself or the insurance company. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work. They're gonna blow you off. They're gonna be like, who you? Then I guess the guy was like, I'm gonna, you know, those injury lawyers people, they have their ads all over the place. I'm gonna go with one of them. I'm like thinking, I didn't comment, but I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't. Those kind of people are shysters. You're just gonna get taken advantage. You gotta find your own family attorney for something like that. That crash, go look at this video. It's like a few videos back. Man, that pickup truck rolled hard. That guy got beat up pretty bad. It's like a concussion or something. That hit's got to be worth $100,000 between the smashed car and the personal bodily injuries. that actually could be, just from looking at the video, those kind of injuries could be like lifelong, lingering effects. That's easily $100,000 right there. That kind of money, I mean, that'd be enough to like fix up some of them old cars he's got. Kind of like me. Right? Yeah! Winning! I don't know about that. Not yet, anyway. You gotta separate that lady from her cash in order to be qualified as winning after what she did to him. That's kind of a brutal car wreck. I've never been in something like that. I told my wife, man, if I got into a wreck like that guy, I was showing her the video. We'd be fine. I'm willing to be a crash test dummy for, 100,000, 250 grand, something like that. No, in all seriousness, I mean, that guy got pretty, I'm just kidding, joking around, but that guy got hurt pretty bad. Stitches on his head. I mean, it ain't looking good. And one thing you don't want to get is a concussion, because, I mean, I'm no doctor, but can't that bring on, I don't know, like dementia or Alzheimer? I don't know. Yeah, I tried getting this thing started. It don't run. More junk. I'm surprised though too, it's a Honda engine. Which brings me to say I don't have any snow throwers that are worth a darn. I fixed the fuel leak. It was the filler neck. I put a brand new filler neck on there. My mother-in-law went on Rock Auto, because I don't have a credit card or anything like that, and she ordered that. When I was driving around the road, the gas was sloshing around in the gas tank, and the leak was like so bad, or the rust out. I mean, the filler neck was rusted out, kind of almost like that. As you can see, it's exposed to the road salt. I guess there's supposed to be a flap right here, a rubber flap to keep the road salt and all that from hitting there. Oh, you live and learn. Why don't you clean the rest of it out? Nah. What am I going to do with it all? I mean, a lot of it's just